Good morning, me hearties. DINKY-DOO. It is just me, Scottie McCLUE. Saturday morning, nothing gets past me, and we're looking at Saturday, the 4th of March, 2023. Well, doesn't time fly when you're enjoying yourself? I always say, and tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10, because I want to see you all and see what you're up to this morning. And we'll also stream on the YouTube, the world's best kept secret, Scottie McClue's YouTube channel. Fantastic stuff. We love it. Look at all the beautiful people coming and joining us this morning. So lovely to have you with us. And a massive, massive DINKY-DOO. Make sure you tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that you're watching Floatie, hashtag Floatie, all uppercase, First Lord of the Internet. Amazing stuff. Hello, Scottie. Hello, Tom. How good that you have joined us. Remember to tell us where you're watching from, folks. All right, Scottie, big man, hope you're well. Thank you, Rab. Yes, Rab from Hamilton, is that right? Or from Cambuslang. Wonderful stuff. Now, there we have it. Which Rab is it? Robert McNaughton, good morning, mate. Good to see you from sunny Cambuslang. So there we are, Robert is the Cambuslang man, and he said to me, go live. I said, I will in a few minutes. Oi, oi, morning, Sandy Black there, fantastic. Oi, oi, Andrew. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Hi from Vietnam, says Gunnar4497. Good morning, Vietnam. How lovely to have you. I've always wanted to say that. Good morning, Vietnam. There we are, Coatbridge, Scottie. We love Coatbridge, Rab. Love you, Scottie. DINKY-DOO. How are you doing? Tell us where you're from now. Hi from Durham, County Durham. I love Durham. Fantastic. Doing it to weir there, eh? Fantastic. Love it. Love it. Hi, good stuff. Guys, I've done lots of new videos for you on the TikTok, so get stuck right into these and enjoy yourselves. That's what it's all about. And everybody watching, get following as soon as you can. Whoa, I've just had a hat and mustache. And it came from, who did it come from? Tam. Tam, thank you so much for my hat and mustache. First thing on a Saturday morning. How good is that? Now, guys, it looks like we've got a great picture on the YouTube this morning. So things are working. It's my mum's anniversary today of her death, says Sandy Black. Sandy Black, remember her well. Remember all the good bits. And, don't grudge her death. That's what I say. Just think of all the good bits. You're welcome, says Tam. Tam, you're very, very kind. That's such a lovely thing to do. The TikTokers spoil me and send so many lovely things. I can't believe it. It's absolutely amazing. Fantastic. If you've just joined us, a very warm welcome. You're watching Scottie McCLUE, TikTok's top talk show, hashtag Floatie, all in uppercase, the first lord of the internet. Matt says, just spreading love. See you again. Matt, you always spread love, and we spread love back. We send you strength. It's all going to come right. We're going to apparently have a tough 3.5 years, and then the evil ones will be put to the sword. That's what we're here for, absolutely. Good morning from Northampton, Scottie. See, how lovely to have you from Northampton. Are you making shoes in Northampton? I can remember somebody telling me he used to live in Northampton and everybody was making shoes. Good morning, my darling. Dory, good to have you with us. What's the deal with Boris? Well, Marco, I'm not even going to go there, Marco, We've seen so much nonsense. So there you have it. Yes, Robert, that's right. Should I take my ex back? I was with her for 9 years, but should have kissed someone else. Wondering what I should do. Robert, it's entirely up to you. Usually, if anybody lets me down, then they've kind of had it. But I didn't have the kind of relationship. I've only been let down once, and that was in a business relationship with a very, very, very bad man. The only bad man I've ever met in my life. Somebody said, well, you're very lucky. There's a lot of them about. But that's not been my experience. I remember your radio show when I was 17 and daft drunk. People would call you. It was hilarious. Tam, we still get a lot of a big following 31 years later. Now, come on. And somebody saying, Scotty, are you still as big as you were? I say, well, we're still here, lasting 31 years later. Everybody knows Scottie McClue. And I think I told you about, I was sitting on the train the other day and people go, Scottie McClue. You know, and that's nice. Scotty, greetings from Paisley with a hangover. Oof, chiv. We'll keep the noise down. Guys, can you all keep the noise down? No shouting. Chiv's got a hangover. Oh, I don't bother with any of that now. So there we are. So, Rab, I cannot advise you on that. It's too big a decision and it's too personal. I think you would draw up the pluses and the minuses, the pros and the cons. That's what it's all about. Colorado Springs, says Santa. Howdy, brother. Howdy, Colorado Springs. Guys, can everybody get following? Everyone. Can we get a wee tune to sort the hangovers out? Or maybe later, rabbits. Maybe a wee bit early for the squeeze box. Thanks for that, Scotty. No, I'm not much help with that one, Rab. So there you have it. Golly, says Tammy. I know, 31 years. What do you make of Charlie throwing Harry out of Frogmore? They should never have been in there anyway, you know, the way she was acting up. Poor Harry, in a lot of ways, I feel for him because she can have got a hold of him. And there should be a sort of vetting procedure within the royal family with a wee bit of tick box, you know, and what have you. And say, whoa, just whoa. You know, I mean, they did it to poor Princess Margaret. She could not marry the guy she was in love with through royal protocol, right? Because he was divorced. Now, I think this one's been divorced, has she not? I don't know. So there we are. Do tell us. So there are. Follow us as soon as you can, guys. Everybody on TikTok should follow Scottie McClue. If you're not following, you've got to ask, what's wrong with you? So there we go. We need about another 25 followers. Sure, we can manage that. And if you're on the YouTube, get subscribing, guys. Let's get the numbers up. Scottie McClue's YouTube channel is the world's best kept secret. Only 3,500 people know it, the chosen ones. So get onto YouTube and have a look at it and decide if you're a chosen one. Jack's followed us. Louis the 14th is here. Your accent is so hot. Louis is the grand roi de français. Oui, je comprends. Je regrette, mais je ne parle pas français très vite. Si tu parles lentement, peut-être que je comprends, oui. Fantastique. Oui, d'accord. I liked the live. I thank you for liking the live. Guys, have a look at all the lives. Because if they don't give you a smile and maybe a smirk and maybe a wee tee-hee and maybe even a guffaw, you know, I'd be very surprised. I am chosen. Klesk, have you been on Scottie McClue's YouTube channel? DINKY-DOO, Scottie McClue, do you have any thoughts on the anti-disestablishmentarianism? Oh, yes. A lot of thoughts on that, but it's too much to go into here now, because by the time we've pronounced the word a few times, anti-disestablishmentarianism, once you've pronounced it a few times, we'd be at the end of the broadcast. What does Scotty like to drink in the evenings? Scotty likes a wee cup of tea in the evenings. That's lush. And Scotty also loves a wee malted milk or a hot chocolate. Scotty, where did you get your bunnet? This one. This one's Hogs of Fife. Guys, look them up. Scotty, always give me a good laugh. DINKY-DOO from Newcastle, a Geordie fan. I told you I was in the pub in Newcastle, eh? And that guy goes, are you always looking at us? I says, how many grammatical errors can a Geordie make in one sentence? Scotty, too hotty. Oh, VR, you are so very, very kind. Get following, guys. I need another 100 followers right now. So there we are, not too much to ask. Right, thanks very much for that, everybody. Get yourselves a look at the YouTube channel because there's good stuff on it, but there's great TikTok videos for you guys. So look at everyone, share them with your pals, your mates. I'm guessing you're in Edinburgh or Glasgow. Louis XIV, Grand Roi de Français. Je suis anglais. Ja? Oui? Oui? Ja? Sprechen Sie Deutsch? Nein, nicht Deutsch sprechen. Ich bin ein Ausländer. Nicht verstehen. Ciao, Scotty. Ciao, Tama. And thank you so much for my hat and mustache. You should do another live like the one you did in Cumbernauld. Years going back, that was class. Do you know, Rab? That was class. We took over the Cumbernauld Theatre, and it was mobbed. They had to ballot for the tickets. I seem to remember there was a real battle for the tickets. Where you go? Listen, it's absolutely jam-packed. And I should maybe have done a lot more live theatre after that. Because I remember saying to somebody, would you come to the theatre to see you? Oh, aye. And take the missus. So that's it. And you can take your kids, you see, because we never did try to shock or try to swear. I see really good stuff on the internet ruined by the guy swearing. One of my favorite tarot readers said a couple of naughty words on that. I thought, why did you say that? And then one actually said, there's no need to swear. I said, yeah, guys don't like girls swearing. I am me. I said, no, it's nothing to do with gender. You'll lose people with swearing. And you do, because it devalues your point. You should host the Oscars. Louis XIV, Grand Roi de Français. What would that be like? Good evening to you all. Very nice to be amongst the wealthy. There we have it. So lots and lots of reaction from you guys, and it's wonderful. We love it. Now, what do we got here? We're only up for a few minutes, but tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 you're watching. Scottie McClue, hashtag FlowTie, first lord of the internet. Guys, I've done a couple of funnies for you this week. See what you think about that. I don't know how you go about hosting the Oscars. I need to ask an agent. I haven't got an agent these days. I used to have a superb agent. He could probably have got me hosting the Oscars. Do you have children? Says Louis. Don't be ridiculous, Louis. Who would have me? How's the phones going on YouTube? My wee tune, please. Yeah, does somebody want to try a call as a test call, guys? I'll give you the number. It's 0141. I'll be your agent, Scotty. Rab, you'd be an amazing agent. 0141 628 9795. And if somebody else gives a ring, I'll put the phones live just to see if we can hear the YouTube. Hear the caller on YouTube. Right, that's what you're all being charged with. Can you hear the caller on the YouTube channel? All right? Very important. Hashtag FlowTie, guys. Get following Scottie McClue. There we go. Andrew's joined us. DINKY-DOO. Andrew, how lovely to have you with us. Will you sing today, pal? You look like a very handsome, typical posh British person. Louis XIV, I've never, ever been called posh before. So there you are. I don't understand what posh would be. Follow us, guys, as soon as you possibly can. Thank you to the beautiful people who followed. Callum has followed. The Rock has followed. How you doing, pal? DINKY-DOO, tell us where you're from. It's great to see how you're diddling. But I'd like to know where you're watching from, because we are a global show. Are you from Scotland, Callum? Nothing gets past you. Do you have an English accent? ZGC. No, I have a Scottish accent. This is what you call broad Scots. So there we are. So we could try the phones, guys. I'm just going to light the phones up. Right. There you are. Now, if anybody wants to ring, you can do so. What part of Scotland are you fae? I'm fae Glasgow. Fae Glasgow, Callum. There we are. Could you not tell my Glasgow accent? There we are. I originally from France, but I live in Bristol. Tu connais Clifton? Clifton, Bristol. Oui. Tremendous. Je m'appelle Scottie McCLUE. Je suis le professeur de français à la TikTok. You sound English and Scottish. Well, ZGC, I have worked a lot in England, so maybe some of the accents rubbed off. No, I didn't catch on to the Glasgow accent. I'm from down near Aberdeen. Callum, you're fae up near Aberdeen. We could just speak a Doric. Fit like, foo's your doors, Callum. You're speaking a Doric to me. Peter Pant has joined us. Peter Pant. We love the nonsense. Guys, get following. So if you're watching, you should be following. Cold morning, Scotty. How are you keeping? It is quite cold, Bob, I have to say. I'm from the Highlands. Which part of the Highlands are you from? Favourite place in Scotland? All of it. You'd make a great podcast. Now, Louis XIV, Grand Roi de Français. What's the difference from a podcast to what we're doing right now? I'd love to know. Everybody says, Scotty, do a podcast? Hello from East Kilbride. We love you in East Kilbride. Guys, tell us where you're from when you're coming joining us. Get following, everybody. We need another 10 followers. No, I don't speak that. I only speak Teuchter. And what does Teuchter sound like, Callum? Do you speak Gaelic? Could I say to you? Cabrahau maha hakama falchi ki damile falchi done TikTok agus YouTube. Can I get a shout out? Yes, you can. There we are. Right, guys, no problem at all. Shout out for Mr. Ball. Good morning, sir. All the best. Fae Coatbridge, Inverness. Well, ZGC. You know Inverness. It's where they speak the very best language. Very best English. You speak Gaelic, English, French, and German. Ain't that nice? Privet. A little bit of Russian. Not so popular these days, but it should be. Hi, I'm from Elgin. Stephen, I adore Elgin. Ken, for you're looking down the main street, down towards Dr. Gray's. And then, Ken, you're looking just up the other end there. And you can park at the big car park at the bottom of the brae and just go over the bypass up in near the superstore. Here, look up at the money for me. Here, look at the money and tell me for the money is. For about that. There you are. Stephen, was that any good for Elgin? Did I do okay? And then you could take a road. If you take a lossy road, and then you take a left, and that'll tuck you up. If you take a left, that'll tuck you up, and then you could do done by Rose Isle and out that way. For about that. Done by Duffus Castle. That's where I live, basically, in between Aberdeen and Inverness. Wow. We love it. So there you are. Pies and tatties, I can. Hey, thank you very much for that, ZGC. Yes, indeed. And a bellachan too to you as well. There we are. If you were Robin, you could go up the bellachan ree. Fantastic. Good turnout this morning, guys. What do you think? Oh, wow. Yes, Emmy. Wonderful broadcaster. Wonderful broadcaster. So that's the thing. Scottie McClue really needs to be on a national station. So there. You can a small village called Mistudloch. I kind of can for a but's opinion on I wouldn't go into that, Louis the 14th. We wouldn't give opinions, you see, on our aristocracy. Very well, sir. Absolutely, Stephen. Was that good stuff? So there you go. I do love Elgin, though. It's a very nice part. And then, of course, you're not too far. It's a wee bit Americanized, isn't it? Because you've got Dallas. Where are you from? From Dallas. Oh, wow. I used to watch Dallas on the no, from Dallas. Abroad. The Isle of Arran, said GC. We love the Isle of Arran. Brodick, Whiting Bay. Guys, get following as soon as you possibly can. How are we doing for time? We've got another few minutes. That's brilliant. So there you are. Yeah. Amy, I don't know the circumstances, but I'm always sorry when a radio station loses a top broadcaster. I mean, the people are still in mourning in central Scotland for Scottie McClue, you know, who left. Guys, I think I left Scott FM 27 years ago. Would that be right this year? 26, 27 years. It's incredible. And every single day of my life, somebody asks, when are you going back in the radio, Scotty? When are you going back in the radio? We're missing the show. And that's 25 years. I haven't been in the radio for maybe over 3 years now, something like that. And we're in our 31st year of Scottie McClue, but a tremendous, a tremendous response on social media. I would actually say my social media is bigger than any individual radio station audience right now. Would you not agree? From Beath, we love Beath, said GC. Yes, a fine old Georgian town. We need to regenerate these places. This is why Scotland should seek economic independence. Hang on to its own money, get a really good government in that take ownership of the power companies, get the power out to the people, you know, at very low prices, all that stuff, and just provide a high quality of life. That's what Scotland needs to do, because Scotland at the moment is subsidizing the UK. Scott FM, then Real Radio, you smashed it, Scotty. It was utterly brilliant. Rab, 250,000 people listening per half hour, every half hour for 3 hours. Now that's what I call radio. So it was worth having a bath for, you know, and going in. I always liked to have a bath before I went on the radio. Guys, have you all got a cup of tea? Because I think it's time for a general sup. Oh, everybody, guys, if you're watching, start sharing this broadcast. Skyog goes, no, they aren't. No, they are. They are. Look. There we are. The boss. Absolutely. Get sharing and see how high we can get the audiences up. Follow us as soon as you can. Thank you, Jamie. Your camera's back to front. Yeah, but I don't know how you change it. You used to be able just to change it with tapping a button on the TikTok. It was brilliant. And then for some reason, that button seems to have disappeared. And you could turn the camera around and you could read everything. So on TikTok, is that backwards? Guys, how is it on YouTube? Is it backwards? Cup of tea and a wee tune. We'll get a wee tune, Rab. Don't panic. Greetings from Transylvania. George, have you been up all night? See what I just did there? Fantastic. Guys, get following. We need a lot of followers. I need another 25 followers. You had your chance for independence and refused it, Skyhawk. We certainly did not. Certainly did not. We had a chance for independence pre-Brexit. Brexit has done two things, which I predicted 7 years ago. 7 years ago this year, Scottie McClue told the world, the whole world, that Brexit would lead to economic annihilation and political fragmentation. Was I right or was I 100% correct? You tell me. So there we are. And Sky, I never, ever, ever appreciate you calling Scottie McClue a liar, because I have never, ever lied. I have built my life on telling the truth. It's not always popular, like you don't like it, but that's what Scotland needs to do. They need to have another referendum. They're sitting on, I think, 55% pro-independence at the moment. And if the Scots back the monarch, King Charles, 100% as their head of state, independence may well sail through. If they don't, because there's a couple of idiots as nationalists who don't understand how it all works, if they don't back the monarchy, then the independence could be toast, kicked into the long grass. So that's why people need to get their act together. So there we are. So we had one chance, Sky. Now it's time for another post-Brexit. The goalposts have been moved. Remember, the British government were very, very, very hot on remaining. And then somebody got to somebody and said, the billionaires will end up having to pay tax if we stay in Europe. I said, right, okay, well, we'll get out. We'll work the people from the back. Get the dafties voting us out. So there we are. You will damage my business if you go through with it. Not at all, Skyhog. There's plenty of business in Scotland. DINKY-DOO, Scotty, K-Mac. You would damage nothing if you did that, except a very, very poor union, which is not a union of equals, and has been put together very, very badly by a bit of a crazed old bird who was actually the Queen at the time. Yes, Queen Anne. She was a bit of a crazed old bird. And she just waved a few quid in front of the Scottish aristocrats, and they went, "What? Take the money!" They should have said, "Open the box." So there you go. Now, chests of silver coming north. I believe, I can't remember the exact amount. It was either 18,000 quid or 36,000 quid. This is 1707 we're talking. Went missing. What about that? It went missing. It's fine here. Absolutely, a cup of tea. So there we go. Got a cup of tea here every day. And we're ready for a general sup. Oh, that's gorgeous. Morning, Scotty. Morning, Trucker Lad. How are you? Tell us where you're watching from, guys. We've got to go in about 2 minutes, but wonderful, wonderful stuff. So there we go. In fact, I better get on with it. Give Robert his tune. Guys, I need another 8 followers. 8 followers. So get following Scottie McClue as soon as you possibly can. 8 followers. It's not too much to ask after 31 years of public service. In fact, more than that, 1984 I started in television. So you're looking at 37 years. M says, I'm watching from Borheed. Borheed. We love it. We love Borheed, a fine part of the world. We miss the Shanks. Borheed's probably one of the most world famous places because exported all over the world was Shanks of Barrhead, vitreous china, lavatorial china, the basins, the pans, the baths, the taps, Shanks of Barrhead. And that's why in Scotland you went to the shunkie. Colin asks, are you east of Mombasa? If I was east of Mombasa, Colin, I would need to be a very, very good swimmer because all we've got there is the ocean. 1984 is 39 years ago, but so it is. My mathematics gone 39 years. So guys, I'm coming up to 40 years of public service. Such a shame with Shanks now. It's all new houses. I know. And that's why in Scotland you went to the shunkie. Where are you going? I'm just going to the shunkie. I'll be back in a minute. Shanky, the Shanks. There we are. Fantastic. The Scots were great at words. Hello, Scotty and all. Hello, Kareem. Kareem, are you wanting to try out the calls? See if we can hear you on YouTube. As a prior to tonight, guys, join us tonight, 9 o'clock sharp. Good sport. Absolutely, Colin. Fantastic stuff. So there we go. I'll get the callers up. Kareem, I've just opened the lines. If you want to give us a quick buzz, it's maybe a bit early in the morning, but it'd be wonderful just to test them for tonight. So there you go. Fantastic. John Joe has joined us. John Joe, are you still up for independence? A big man for the independence, our John Joe. He loves Scottie McClue's chat. All the facts, all the truth comes tumbling out. We like that. So there we go. Now then, what have we got here? Alex has joined us. I'll give you a bell the night, Scotty, and get a laugh. Rab, do that. That would be good. I'm just going to check if somebody wants to call me. 01416289795. Brexit keeps getting better. So it does, John Joe. In fact, I think it was so good the other day, the supermarkets were absolutely out of fresh food. So good for you, John Joe. Brexit's been a winner, and it only cost us £250 billion for nothing. And it's only damaged our economy irreparably. And what else has it done? And of course, it's split the country. So you're going to get, Wales and Scotland are wanting independence. So, there's your Brexit for you. It's done very well. And even the most hardened Brexiteer, T-E-A-R, tears, right? So we're absolutely soaked with Leaver's tears. Even the most hardened Brexiteer is going, whoa. I mean, did you not hear the Prime Minister the other day? Now Northern Ireland can benefit not just from trading with Britain, but with Europe. And I thought, yes, we had that for 50 years. Peace and prosperity. What have we got now? War, economic annihilation, political fragmentation. Good one. So, you're live at Scottish Phone In. Who's that? Kareem, you are an absolute top man. We're wonderful. Right. Kareem has just called us, guys. Can we hear Kareem talking on the YouTube channel? Can everybody have a look at the YouTube channel? Scottie McClue, Voice of the World Radio Talk Show, or easier way, youtube.com/Scottie McClue. Yes. And see if we can hear Kareem. That would be amazing. Tonight, yes. No sound, he's saying. Now, let's see. Right. Can we hear Kareem now, Robert? Testing. 1, 2, 3. I wonder why people used to say that. It's quite easy. Yeah, we can hear it on the TikTok. So they've got Kareem in the TikTok, so we know about that. We're just wondering about the YouTube. Can we get Kareem on the YouTube? There we are. Robert said there's no sound. This is heartbreaking. Nope. Robert's saying no. So there we are. What about now, Robert? Can you get Kareem now? It's very bizarre, actually, Kareem. I find it so very, very strange. Oh, it was absolutely fine. So it'll be something tiny. Kareem, I maybe told you, but I spoke to somebody the other day, a top technical guy, and he went, something's been improved. John Joe says, I'm loving Brexit. Could you imagine it? What a disaster. Crazy stuff. And it's just going to get worse. 3.5 years, we're going to probably suffer. And then they will put the evil ones to the sword. Oh, Europe's fine. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's so strange because 50 years ago, Kareem, we really, really begged to join the single market and were told no. And then we got in. Well, 52 years ago, we got in. So 55 years ago, we really, really begged on bended knee because we were bust. after the Second World War. And General de Gaulle said no. And then eventually he came round and we got in, and we never looked back. It was fantastic. And Scotland's infrastructure, Scotland's a totally different place because of our membership of the single market and of Europe and the funding that we got for our infrastructure. You know, crazy stuff. So, ah, yeah, no. I think it could be incredible. It could be an absolute economic powerhouse because there's a mixture of total incompetence going on and intentionally the country is getting run down. You know. See, here's John Joe. Now, John Joe hasn't got a clue about politics, so he's just coming out with rubbish here. But he's saying Britain gave the EU more than it got. What rubbish! A seat at the big table and all these trade deals all sorted. And between our dear friends and allies, Germany and ourselves, we controlled over 30% of the whole market. No? Oh, 30% of the whole European market. Huge. You know? And now we're just, I mean, although I have to say, obviously that meeting for Northern Ireland went well the other day. I don't know who advised the Prime Minister to come out and tell people how wonderful it was to be trading with not just to the UK but Europe. I mean, John Joe says, Scotty, you need to go back to school. John Joe, you're talking to a man who has studied current affairs and international politics for 50 years. So I think you need to go back to school, John Joe, because you've never said a factual thing on here. But you see, they don't say why. Now, from England's point of view, from Wales' point of view, and probably from Northern Ireland's point of view, we're better together. From Scotland's point of view, we're not. John, listen, here's John, you'll love this one. Scotty, your arguments are so weak. I'm giving him the facts, and your arguments are so weak. There's no argument. John Joe, give us an argument for Brexit then, pro-Brexit, and give us an argument pro-union, and we'll all consider it. So John Joe's got his homework to do now. You need to go back to school, John Joe. Just that. Yeah. 2014 is long gone. Brexit changed all that. And I think the fact that the people, because they like waving a sixpenny union flag, the people went for Brexit and it shocked the government. And that's why we've lost 4 prime ministers have effectively gone over Brexit. You know, they need to grasp the nettle. They need somebody that stands up and says, we're going back in. We will get one heck of a deal because they'll be very pleased to see us, but we're going back in, but we're going in on our own terms. you know? Listen to John Joe. We gave over 17 million votes. There's our argument. Yeah. And the plus slot, there was something like 1.2 million of a difference. And remember, these were people that didn't know what they were voting for, John Joe. So that means that 70 million people lost EU citizenship for no reason. There's your argument. There we are. No, there are no benefits to Brexit. There are no benefits to Brexit at all. And we were told this will sort out our immigration problem. I don't think so. There's immigration. All immigration. Everything's built on immigration. You know, and we're all immigrants. If you look back, I mean, okay, I can go back 800 years till I came to the country, but I was still a Viking. You know, there's John Joe saying Scotty doesn't like results, sour grapes. John, there are no sour grapes. The supermarket shelves are empty. No, no. Yeah, yeah, that's absolutely love from New Zealand, Scotty. I know you love Mata Mata. Sean in New Zealand. Kareem, is it not amazing that we are sitting here on a Saturday morning in the UK or in Scotland, I should say, and there's somebody just chattering away from New Zealand. And we love rugby this year, says Shunston. Somebody's asking John Joe if he's actually ooh. We love the nonsense. And you know, Kareem, Scotty McClue has never, ever, ever, you know, shunned a bit of argy bargy. Yeah, but they don't know why. You see, they've been told by Big Brother that they're doing very well. And I love the ones that go, yeah, but Scotland gets more money than England through the Barnett formula. You say, yeah, it gets its own money back. Mhm. Oh, fantastic. Yeah. And they could pay the teachers and the nurses and, you know, the real people and all that. Uh-huh. Strange way to go, Kareem. Absolutely. Lovely talking to you. Thank you for your call. It seems our phones are not sorted. So I'm going to have to spend the day seeing if I can get anywhere with it. Look forward to it. Thanks, Kareem. Bless you. Bye now. What's up, man? There we are. Excellent call. Did anybody hear any of that on YouTube? Do let me know. Scotty, I used to listen to you 30 years ago at Scott FM. You were good. I thank you, John. You're very kind. The boats haven't stopped. That's what they all wanted. The UK government should slash the VAT rate on fuel. That's something we could do right away. Why have we still got VAT? Was it not introduced because of Europe? Getting money back from the EU, Scotty says that's bad. Total ban. So there we are. A total ban on your nonsense, John Joe, because you know nothing about Europe. You know nothing about current affairs, and it would seem you know nothing about Brexit. No 350 million for the NHS a week. Do you know if you stripped out the people that voted for Brexit because of Boris's big red bus, I think the majority is cut down to something like 6,700 people. Wow. So I think that was a baddie. Yes, McCLUE's back. Woohoo! We were denied 15 billion for housing. Absolutely. Scotty used to support the Be Unionist. Yeah, yes, absolutely. I used to be a big unionist until I started looking into the facts, and until Brexit, of course, which damaged everything. Scotty, you're a breath of fresh air. Jamie, lovely to hear from you. Opinions on Margaret Thatcher. She was an excellent politician, a very, very clever lady, a very good leadership, but she did outstanding damage to the infrastructure of this country, as a lot of Tories have done. Go back to 1965. Dr. Beeching and the railways. We're still suffering. All right. Tune time, Scotty. Yeah, we'll get a tune rap. Don't you worry. Yo, what you up to, my G? Dinky-Doo DC. Are you from Glasgow? Of course. Can you not tell from the accent? Lovely to have you with us. Good morning, Scotty, from a sunny Glasgow. Nice to see you this morning. Alison, so lovely to have you with us from Glasgow and Dinky-Doo. Thatcher got the EU rebate. Yes, John Joe, but I mean, you know, we'd have got that anyway, I think, to be quite honest. So there we go. And she was a big one for Europe, of course, and so was a lot of her colleagues. There we are. Yeah, we need to get back in some shape or form. So I think Rishi needs to have another meeting with Fräulein van der Linden and say, now, what about us coming back in now? There we are. So what have we got? Get in. Thank you very much, Mojo. Lovely to have Mojo with us on the YouTube this morning. Thatcher did harm with privatization, the troubles, etc. Yes, well, notice she sorted a lot of that out. She was a bit harsh, obviously, on that. But I think once Ireland had a visit from Her Majesty the Queen, and once the likes of Martin McGuinness had met the Queen and then realized the error of their ways, I think you saw a huge difference. This is where the Queen was just such an outstanding lady and a wonderful public servant for 70 years. I was thinking, the coronation's in May, isn't it? It's a month short of 70 years since the last coronation. Maybe you could move to Brussels, one-way ticket. Yeah, but John Joe, you need your passport now. Before, your passport would take you to Brussels. And I would have gone to Brussels like a shot and then I would bring the UK back in from my place in Brussels. Yep, absolutely. Are you British, says Dyer? Everybody in the United Kingdom is British because there's no such country as Britain. It's a land mass. So there you have it, you see. It's a land mass. So there we go. So you can't not be British. If you're Scottish or English or Northern Irish or Welsh, you are British because you're on a landmass that is Britain. And Great Britain is the big bit. Guys, if you're watching on the YouTube, have you subscribed? I ask you. They were very busy today, guys. Now, I need another 10 followers. Could 10 of you get following, please? Wrong. Everyone in only Britain is British. No, John Joe, right. John Joe, you're needing a very basic education, maybe primary school. Would you not be better, rather than joining Scottie McClue, would you not be better just working with a colouring in book? You know, or maybe, what about a two-piece jigsaw? And you can refer to the instructions. I actually never knew that before. Interesting. Dio, what did you not know before? Tell me more. They're about Britain. Yes, indeed, it's a landmass. The only reason you use the word British, the government have grabbed it, but they're actually the UK government, Westminster, and the royal, the Crown took the term British because they are the British monarchy. But you very often hear people say the King of England, or it was the Queen of England. She was the Queen of England, but also Scotland and Wales and Northern Ireland. Scotty, you need a geographical lesson. Go on then, John. Tell me more. Why? Answer why. Fantastic. You just need a lesson. There we go. Colouring in for you to start with, and then maybe a little bit of sand to play with. Now, who have we got here? Good response on the YouTube, guys. We're also streaming on the YouTube this morning. I'm going to have to go soon, though. But what a fantastic broadcast this morning, guys. Amazing. Can I have another 8 followers? 8 of you following right now. If you haven't followed Scottie McClue, get following. Why are you putting on a false posh voice? Well, Batman, for a start, that's the way I've spoken for 60-odd years. There's nothing false and there's nothing posh. All right? I am the genuine article. Any part of Ireland is not a British island. Well, John Joe, of course it is. Because you don't know your history, but 101 years ago, 100 years ago, Ireland decided that 6 counties would be annexed, and they now are part of Britain pro tem. But I think that will be, check it, John Joe says, Scotty needs to check a map. And where you go, John Joe? Can you give me the 6 counties, John Joe? There we are. Antrim, Armagh, Fermanagh, Down. Yes, what else have we got? Antrim, Armagh, Fermanagh, Down. Give us the next 2. Antrim, Armagh, Fermanagh, Down. The other 2. Come on. Antrim, Armagh, Fermanagh, Down. Clare. Have I got Clare? And the last one, Antrim, Armagh, Fermanagh, Down. What else have I got? Come on, guys. Get the next 2. Come on, John. You come up with them. You're the smarty pants. Thoughts on who should be the next SNP leader? Now, I won't give stuff out at the moment, guys, because I don't think that's fair. So there we go. So let's see. Come on then, John. You give them out on a live broadcast. Let's see how you get on. We've got lots of you on the YouTube now. That's wonderful. I thank you. What else have we got? So we've got Londonderry. Antrim, Armagh, Fermanagh, Down, Londonderry, and Clare. Is that right? Am I right with that lot? Antrim, Armagh, Fermanagh, Down, Londonderry. Yes. Good morning, Scotty. Good morning. Down, Antrim, Derry, Armagh, Fermanagh. Yes. Oh, I did Fermanagh. Antrim, Armagh, Fermanagh, Down, Tyrone. There we are. That's it, Tyrone. Well done. You've got first thing you've ever got right, John Joe. There we are. Now you're saying they're stolen, but ask the people why they wanted to be British. So speak to the people, John. You see, you're against democracy. That's your problem. You're an anti-democratic person. There we go. So if you look at Brexit, it's actually anti-democratic because 1.2 million people decided that 1.2 million people decided that they would dictate to almost 70 million who lost their EU citizenship through that wee scam. There we are. Michael says George Galloway would be a good SNP leader. I don't think George is an independence man, is he? So there you go. He's a very, very good speaker. I was watching him speaking the other night at the Oxford Union, and boy, can that guy speak. But he did ban me from his Twitter because he said he had the mother of all talk shows, and I said, but Scottie McClue is the daddy of them all. There we are. 1918 general election, most of Ireland voted for freedom. Well, in that case, why were the 6 counties annexed, John? Come up with that one, Mr. Smarty Pants. And remember, you've only ever got one thing right. I've got everything right. Oh, fantastic. We love it. Right, I'm going to have to go, guys. We're out of time. And I didn't get my wee tune in, but tremendous. But we will do. Matthew's just joined us. Guys, have a lovely, lovely day. It's been a beautiful broadcast this morning. I can't believe how popular this is. And that's why I do it. Because you guys seem to love it. Fantastic. Right. Have a wonderful day. Stay fabulous. Tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 about Scottie McClue live on YouTube and TikTok just for you. And join us tonight at 9 o'clock sharp. All right? So there we go. 6 counties annexed to appease a unionist plantation. Yeah, but why would you want to appease them? They must have wanted it. And they must have wanted it 100 years later. Why are they still in business if not? When are you next on, Scotty? 9 o'clock tonight, Mark G. Have a nice day, mate. Robert, sorry we didn't get the wee tune in, but I send you lots of love. Dinky-Doo. Now, what have we got? Cheerio. You lost Brexit, says John Joe. Everybody lost Brexit, John Joe. Everybody's lost out, including you. So there you are. So your tears will fall. We will all bathe in John Joe's tears. Cheerio, my dear, beautiful people. Have a lovely, lovely day. Stay fabulous. And I'll see you all tonight at 9 o'clock sharp. Dinky-Doo, stick out your tongue and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. Amazing. And to our beautiful, beautiful, beautiful YouTubers, thank you for joining us. Scottie McClue saying Dinky-Doo to you. Stick out your tongues and say ta-ta. Ta-ta. Ta-ta.